It's over. 103,000 images later, and we have a World Press Photo of the Year. Paul Hansen from Dagens Nyheter, Sweden, for an incredibly powerful image of a funeral in Gaza, shot in 2012. Wow, this photo was chosen because it's so powerful, because it shows a group of men carrying the bodies of two small children wrapped in funeral shrouds down an alleyway in the Gaza Strip, and the combination of the small size of the children's bodies, they're very young children, combined with the variety of expressions of pain and rage and sadness. It's just an incredible collection of powerful motifs and imagery that, when it all comes together, it makes for a really strong photograph. So Gaza was an incredibly important story in 2012. It involved a short war between the Israeli military and armed militants in the Gaza Strip who were firing rockets into Israel, and Israel was responding with attacks against the Gaza Strip, and in that conflict multiple civilians were killed, and for a time in late 2012 it was a major story, and this image sums up the story very powerfully and very poignantly. There were a lot of really strong images. There was a lot of photography from Syria, from the conflict in Syria, showing not only the combat and the fighting, where photographers were able to get really close to the action, but also, perhaps more importantly, showing the effect of that conflict on the civilian population. A conflict where, according to the United Nations, more than 60,000 people have been killed since it started 2 years ago. So there were a lot of very powerful images that came out of that story. And then there were images that came out of stories in Latin America. There were images that came out of the European economic crisis in Spain. There were features on women playing basketball in Somalia. There were nature pictures shot under the sea of whale sharks and penguins. And I think what this collection of images sums up is the best imagery, or the most powerful imagery, of that human experience of 2012. And it's an incredibly amazing set of images. I mean, it's astonishing when you look at it. It really gets you, it reaches you. I think what these images are going to do is show millions of people around the world, summarize them for them, the highlights of 2012 with regards to news and sports and nature and portraiture. And because the images are so powerful and so direct and so thought-provoking in so many cases, I think it will demonstrate the power and importance of photojournalism as a medium for storytelling around the world. It will be a tremendous inspiration to the photographers who won prizes, and it will send a boost of energy into the photojournalistic community so that the brave men and women who travel around the world documenting it can feel inspired and can aspire to continuously improving and enhancing what they do.